We are Gold Ivy.
Our mission is to empower you to own and unleash your truth.
Stories of resiliency are gold, and ivy grows in hard places.
Those hard places are what creates space for light to shine through.
You decide what works for your daily life and how to transform our lessons into your gold.
This is Ivy Unleashed,
a Gold Ivy production.
Dre, your house smells like a spa.
Well, thank you.
What is that smell?
It's my rosemary mint all-purpose surface cleaning spray from the Clean Nest. I met these two female entrepreneurs that are actually sisters from Minnesota. After 10 years of owning and managing a successful all-natural cleaning business, they decided to create their own all-purpose cleaning spray, and I am so happy I found it. Katie and Angela are passionate about creating clean, beautiful spaces for all families and keeping their home and earth environment clean for future generations.
So it's non-toxic because these products we use in our homes and breathe in directly affect our health. Our hormones and gut health are affected by toxic overload.
Yes, it's non-toxic, which is so important in the home with little ones as well. Their products are created using truly clean and safe ingredients, no greenwashing. They use only pure essential oils, which are known for their disinfecting properties. I use it on mirrors, windows, countertops, even granite, sinks, stovetops, the microwave, dusting, spills, and messes throughout my house, interior of my car, toilets, you name it. They also have lemon mandarin and fresh basil scents.
My condo needs to smell like this. So how do I get my hands on the Clean Nest?
Well, they ship anywhere in the U.S., and lucky for you, they're offering Ivy Unleashed listeners 10% off any order with the promo code GOLDIVY. They also always offer free shipping on any order over $100. So head on over to thecleannest.com for your all-purpose cleaning spray and make cleaning more enjoyable.
Dre, tell the people as fast as you can why Move with Gold Ivy is the last mind-body fitness program they'll ever have to buy, and how women are finally getting the transformation they're looking for.
I love a challenge. Let's go. Two big things. One, Move provides a fun atmosphere to work out in that actually gets you excited to show up and follow through with your goals. Not only is there an element of fun, but we've carefully curated a program that makes it as easy as possible for women to take care of themselves. And two, a Move membership addresses every aspect of your health, mind and body. Our Move members are getting the physical transformation they've been hoping for and feeling like they've finally found the group that motivates them on a daily basis. What did I miss?
As a Move member, you receive a weekly workout plan, weekly live or Zoom workouts, an on-demand workout library, transformational quarterly reset challenges, monthly coaching calls, monthly masterminds with health experts, and a private group of motivated members for support and accountability.
It's ready for you when you're ready to boost your metabolism, confidence, and feel your absolute best. Join Move or learn more by clicking the link in the show notes, clicking the link in our bio on Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok, or by messaging us on any social channel at Gold Ivy Health Co.
It's your time. Move for your health, move for your confidence, move for your mental clarity, move with Gold Ivy. Welcome back to the Ivy Unleashed podcast. You are listening to season 4.
Season 4. Wow.
It's a big year.
It is. And 4 is my lucky number, by the way. In 2024, you were born on the 24th. 24 is a great number.
It's also the amount of kids you have. We didn't tell the people this, I don't think. When we were in Dallas for an event, we got asked if Andrea was my mom.
I just got that joke.
And we had the giggles so bad. So the whole time, she'd be like, "Sweetie, did you brush your teeth?"
Yeah, this
like,
woman
"Mommy."
that thought that I came to support Brooke at this event and I was her mother.
She thought Andrea was dead weight and it was time to let her
Also,
go.
you keep saying that. She never said dead weight. You're saying I'm dead weight.
No, we said it in the hotel room app.
I did not say that. That is
joking
mean.
about it.
That's mean. I would never call you that.
No. We were joking about it in the hotel room while we were getting ready.
I mean, it was a funny joke,
Yes.
but it's not very nice.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Andrew's not dead weight. We all know this. I cannot go on without her. We are a package deal. And for those listening who are new, Andrea is not my mother. She is actually married to my cousin. She's 10 years older than me. She's a mom of 3, running a marathon in every state. And I'm 10 years younger, just me, making a vision board, trying to get married, trying to have kids.
Doing a lot and trying to take care of yourself when you haven't had a whole lot of guidance in your life and you're forging this path as someone who's trying to take care of their health when they don't feel great. figuring out the little pieces that make you feel well, which is a never-ending job for all of us. Mm-hmm. But you being on this podcast is very important because you're showing people resiliency and not just like keeping it to yourself, like sharing the tips that make everybody feel better, which is like the biggest gift, right? When you learn these things that are life-changing, the biggest gift you can give is to share it.
Mm-hmm. I think right now, if you're listening and you've never listened before, or if you are a long-time listener of the show, it is the perfect time for everyone because it's the start of a new year. Mm-hmm. And we've got an interesting take on New Year's resolutions.
We do. And we're health coaches. If you don't know, we're health coaches. So like behavior change is our jam. And that's what we talk about all day long. And we all always need behavior change, right? We get in these ruts or we self-sabotage or we talk to ourselves poorly about something. There's always room for a pivot and change to level up. We just believe that like it's a never-ending, beautiful journey of figuring out who we are because we're always evolving. And so as time goes on and it's a new year, it's always nice to feel like this refresh, right? Like I've got this new opportunity to chase the dream or do the thing or feel a new way or treat people differently or level up my relationships. Like the list is never ending, which can feel daunting if you look at it that way. But what we like to do is have a mindset shift of how good can I feel now? Like what is possible in 2024 for me?
And it's healthy to want more because as humans, we are a part of nature. And in nature, if you are not growing, you are dying. Like the first person I heard say that was Tony Robbins. And it always stuck with me because I'd always think, why am I never satisfied? And in my healing journey, it was I can be content and happy with where I am and still want more and better and to feel better. And so for everyone listening, if you want an upgrade or a reset or a refresh, whatever it is, start of 2024, that is normal, that is healthy, and this episode is for you.
I can't even believe you just said that because that is, if I were to define 2023, that would be my inner work was, and I'll probably get emotional. My life is so beautiful and peaceful and loving and beyond my wildest dreams right now. And what I struggle with is that I feel like if I want more, then I'm not grateful for what I have. And I'm retraining my brain that that's not serving me to feel that way. Because then I stay stuck in different avenues that I want growth. And so the and is crucial for you, whether it's your health or your relationships or money or success or intimacy or fill in the blank on what you want, that having gratitude for it actually will help it grow, but knowing that there is nothing selfish about wanting more or to level up or go beyond that. Like you saying that, it's taken me a lot of work, a lot of reflecting, a lot of coaching, a lot of, I don't even know what I would call it with Catherine, hypnotizing me to believe that life is about squeezing the lemon, like getting the juice out. And I have barely scratched the surface of how good I can feel. And this past year has been really eye-opening that not only can I do these things physically, like a marathon or a 75 hard or these challenges and learn more about myself, but I can learn that I feel so much better. And I thought I felt pretty good before, you know?
Yeah. How much better could I feel?
The Boundary Boss did it again. Terry Cole created something that every person on the planet needs because it will help their relationships and peace of mind exponentially. It's the Boundary Boss Workbook, the right words and strategies to free yourself from burnout, exhaustion, and overgiving.
Boundaries are necessary and a beautiful part of relationships if you have the tools and support to create and express them. I don't know about you, but setting boundaries, even though I know they're necessary, can be anxiety-provoking because I know I could potentially make someone uncomfortable.
In the Boundary Boss Workbook, you'll have Terry holding your hand in the process of understanding different types of boundaries and integrating them into your life to help you have stronger relationships and be able to show up authentically and at peace.
I'm using it to set more effective boundaries, and it's helping me protect my energy and set boundaries without guilt no matter who I'm around. Terry provides mindfulness practices, customizable scripts, mindset shifts, even fun games to help you understand yourself and effectively communicate your boundaries.
I'm using the workbook to create awareness of my rigid boundaries, and I'm using Terry's self-care tools to help me feel more at ease. The workbook is full of exercises that help me understand how I'm trying to protect myself and gives me more loving ways to communicate my needs.
You don't have to set boundaries alone. Help yourself out with effectively understanding and communicating your boundaries, and lean on the best tool out there.
Snag your copy of the Boundary Boss Workbook by clicking the link in the show notes or head to boundarybossworkbook.com today.
Today's episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. Every episode of Ivy Unleashed is dedicated to empowering you to take ownership of your health. And what it really comes down to is prioritizing your mental health.
We've both seen the beauty and growth that therapy can bring and are thrilled to partner with BetterHelp to allow you the opportunity to feel heard and seen by a professional. The National Alliance on Mental Health reports that 155 million people live in a designated mental health professional shortage area, and BetterHelp is working to close that gap.
I've personally used BetterHelp and loved it because it was all online, making it super convenient. The biggest piece for me was how affordable it is. I was able to choose the therapist that met my needs. I came in with wanting to work on childhood trauma and anxiety, and it was unbelievable to see how many options I had with all the different backgrounds of therapists.
With BetterHelp, you have access to a network of over 30,000 licensed and experienced therapists. Therapy is all about deepening your self-awareness. And sometimes we can't see our own patterns and behaviors until we talk them out and get an unbiased perspective.
It's really nice to have someone who doesn't know you and has the professional background to help you thrive in your daily life. It has made the world of a difference with every relationship in my life, including the one with myself.
To get started, all you have to do is fill out a brief questionnaire about your needs and preferences and choose your therapist out of the options they give you. You can talk to your therapist however you feel comfortable, whether it's via text, chat, phone, or video call. Also, you can switch therapists at no additional charge until you find the right fit for you.
The best investment you can make is in yourself. Get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/goldivy. That's betterhelp.com/goldivy.
Take the first step to inner peace and freedom today. And now back to the show.
And it doesn't have to be this whole planned out journey of step by step by step by step. It's picking up the pieces as they come. And you've done a really beautiful job of slowing down in a way. I mean, to a lot of people, it probably doesn't look like that. But for you, of morning journaling and being up before your kids and being really, really intentional about it so that you can hear God and you can hear your intuition and you can say what behaviors aren't serving me anymore, what is needed. And by doing that, you're listening to, okay, maybe I should do 75 hard. Okay, maybe Brooke is right. We should go to Dallas. Like this idea of trusting ourselves to know what we need best, I think is what really separates us as coaches from everyone else, because we don't believe we have all the answers, but we believe we have all the answers for us.
We believe in ourselves and our abilities, that it's like infinite, what we can create. And we're starting to step into that more, which is why we are talking to you. We want you to feel like you can do that too. When you simplify a little bit more your life, when you remove the energy that's sucking the life out of you. Like this past year, especially the last quarter of 2023 was really simplifying my life. Like I am really enjoying the little things of playing more card games at home and feeling like I don't have to commit to all these things that I committed to before. It served a purpose in its time, but really right now I'm like, this time that's in front of me, these little faces that are in front of me, this business that's in front of me, that I have this platform now that I want to continue to grow. But even now, it is so valuable for anybody to be a part of it, because you and I are pouring intention. We're seeing the gap in these other challenges we've tried and filling them. And so we want you to feel held with your mind and your body, whether you're listening to the podcast or you're following us on social or you're a Move member, that Brooke and I know We're here to serve the value we feel that we need for mind and body care to people in a way that's like fun and feels like you see us grow along with you. Like with our monthly coaching, or when we talk on Ivy Unleashed, like talking about what hurts our feelings or boundaries we've set or things we're working on. Like to have real life examples is the only way I feel that other people can feel that it's tangible, that it's doable, to see how somebody else did it. It might be completely different than the way you do it, but that's the magic of allowing the universe, God, to speak to you in the way that it speaks to you in different signs or messages, which is really cool to think about.
Yeah. Getting examples from other people, but then tweaking it in a way to best serve you. So for example, last night I did my very first vision board. I have watched people do vision boards since I was probably in high school, being like, that's so fun. That's so cute.
Same.
And this year, 2023, I've tried this new thing of like not scrolling and not consuming and creating instead, because it feels a lot better for my mental health. And so after about, I don't know, the 30th vision board I saw, I'm like, screw it, I'm going to make my own.
How did you get materials? Because like I don't get magazines delivered to my door.
Me either, girlfriend.
Where'd you get it?
But I got Pinterest, and so do you.
Oh, and you printed the stuff?
This is what I did. And this is what I think everyone can do. And it's so beautiful because so what you put on this board is what you want your year to be a part of. So I really took some time to reflect on, what do I want to be spending my time doing? What are my goals, career-wise, health-wise, relationship-wise? Different quotes that spoke to me. My word of 2024 is value. I want to pour as much value into everyone I touch as possible. And so I looked up different quotes that had value, and I just got lost in the process of finding pictures on Pinterest. Like quotes that just spoke to me. I'm like, this is so perfect. This quote about adding value that just has added value in the quote, but it's beautiful and it captures exactly what I want. And I didn't know that quote existed before I started looking, right? So as you start looking, these things just come to you. And I got really clear on how it felt in my body when I saw this picture. Like, did I get excited about it? Was it like a little bit of a stretch, but it felt expansive in my body. And so I had about 50 pictures that I printed off. And then I got a poster board from the dollar store that was like a little thicker. And I just went to town and I put a Christmas movie on and I had my fireplace.
Fun!
And I just put it together. And I had 2024 in the middle. If you go on Instagram, you can see it. And it felt really good. It felt exciting. It felt fun. And I'm going to put it right next to my desk, so I stare at it every day. And so the things that are on my vision board are going to be different than what's on your vision board. And same you too, Andrea. But it really got me thinking of, at the end of 2024, what would I be really proud of and excited that happened? And stepping into that now and seeing it every day so that my subconscious believes this is just already my reality.
I keep thinking of one that this has been on my to-do list literally all year and I have not done it. So I love that you just explained how to do it and gives me another reason to do it. But also to think about looking at something when you've picked it out because it excites you. If it's somewhere visible all the time and is constantly exciting you, it's raising your vibration, which is like why you end up attracting these things that are on it, because your vibration is raised. So you start to look for those things and feel better and know your worth and understand it and feel it in your body, which makes me think of what I've been working on is visualization. So it's so important when you're thinking about what you want to allow yourself to feel it, which requires sitting down and taking the time to do this. And that's like step one for everyone. If you can carve out 5 minutes, and if you cannot, in your mind, you're saying I can't, that's a limiting belief. Spoiler alert. You can if you choose. If you
want to.
If you want to and you choose to make time for it, you can. And I would challenge you in your home to remove the word can't. Can't is the worst word ever. Because it's not even true. If you want something, you can.
If I held a gun to your head and said, would you be able to do 50 push-ups, you would figure out a way to do 50 push-ups.
Right.
That's morbid and aggressive, but it's true.
Yeah, and I hear the word can't everywhere. Like I was watching Survivor the other night with my kids, and my daughter said, oh, he said can't. Of course he can't get up the ladder because he said he can't, and he's believing it. And so just starting to notice those things of how it feels in your body when you say, I can't, or I don't have. If you want to have, and you want to say, I can, because you can, you choose it and you do it. And so when you allow for these feelings that might feel uncomfortable because you haven't allowed them in, whether it's allowing trust, it's allowing love, it's allowing money, it's allowing these feelings that you know you want, but they feel uncomfortable because you haven't allowed them, to start to allow them. What if I allowed them? How would that feel in my body? So you're sitting, eyes may be closed or open, or you're on a walk and you're just visualizing, what would that feel like? And that raises your vibration because it's what you want. It's how you want to feel. It's amazing. It's like, why not let yourself just dream?
You are put on this earth to feel incredible. Incredible. And if there's pain in your body, that is signaling you that something needs to shift, that it needs your attention. So anytime you're out of alignment, you are in pain, you feel frustrated, depressed, sad, fill in the blank for a long period of time, that is your sign that I need to recalibrate here. And 2024, the start of a new year, is the perfect time to do that. And we've broken it down into 3 steps that are easy to remember, that can help set you up. And the first step is getting ready. So by me making a vision board, by Andrea using this practice of visualization, she is getting herself ready. She's getting herself in a state of a high vibration, of feeling good, of reflecting on, what do I really want to be spending my time doing? What even are my values? If I was feeling good, what would that look like?
What's taking my energy? What's giving me energy? Who am I? Like, kind of getting facts. Like, this is what I am doing. This is what I don't want. This is what I do want. This is what takes my energy. This is what gives it to me. Like, just starting to really notice, because we have these opportunities where, like, we feel like this is just what my life is, but we don't have to say yes to all of these things that we're saying yes to. We don't have to be around these people that we constantly feel like we have to be around, right? Or we can be around them in a new way. We can reframe a thought. Like, the power of what you have within you, it's unlimited, but we have to know and be honest with ourselves about where we're at and where we want to go, and maybe what we don't want too.
Yeah. I think something really beautiful to think about is you 2.0. We did this visualization practice at Jen Gottlieb's event in Dallas that we were at, and it was taking some time to map out you 2.0. What is she like, or he like? What are you doing? What are your routines? How are you feeling? And getting lost in that, like, imagination. And when you know that person so clear, you know exactly what they're doing. You know how they would behave. You know the routines. Literally fill in the blank. And so when you are taking this time to get ready, map out that version of you that would take the time to pour into them.
And that version of you has very high self-worth. That version of you follows through it and knows that it's okay to take time to improve their health, improve their relationships, talk about what they're not getting that they need. And when you think about that, that person is unapologetically themselves and has found a way to not only show up as them 2.0, but to have peace and ease and healthy relationships along the way, which is always pivoting and changing, and you can always up-level those things. But knowing, like, if I'm not following through on these things, you know, it's New Year and I really want to follow through, I have to believe I am worth this time. And there are different things we can do to build that self-worth. A big part of it I keep thinking about is, like, who's around you? How are they talking to themselves, and how are they talking to you? Is it acceptable for you to speak up and talk about yourself? Because you deserve that space, to take up that space, and for someone to want to know and help you feel like yourself. So up-leveling that circle and thinking about who's in this is going to really help you with your self-worth too, because before you can believe it yourself, sometimes you need to, like, feel that from others as well.
Yeah, there's a reason that we're not doing the things we know we need to be doing. We all know what it takes to feel good. Most of us do. And the reason that we're not doing it is exactly what Andrea said, is we don't feel worthy to take that time. We feel like we have to be making the money or giving to everyone else. And then what's ever left over, that'll go to us. Mm-hmm. This is the year we change that. This is the year we say, I'm worth the 5 minutes so that I have the capacity to be present with the people I love. And that by me taking the time to sit and journal and map out me 2.0 isn't a waste of time. It's honestly the best gift I can give everyone around me, because I'm going to be on fire and they're going to want a piece of this. They're going to want some of this.
You're going to feel good, and they're going to feel good seeing, like, if they love you, they want you to feel this way, and they want you to take this time for you, because that circle that is truly authentically about you and cares about you wants you to feel like you have the freedom to take a week to hibernate if you need, or a trip for yourself, or fill in the blank. Like, that's how you know if you have the right circle. If you could ask for what you want or need, and it might be different than what they might expect, and they're like, cool, I'm so glad you told me. Wow, I didn't know that. Thank you. And if that's not the response, we need to up-level the circle.
Yeah. So when you think about getting ready for this year, think about taking some time to reflect. Think about your self-worth. Do you believe you're worth the time? If not, you've got to do some self-work, journaling, a coach, a therapist. Best investment you can make is in your self-worth. And then your support system. Who are you surrounding yourself with? Once you feel like you've got that in place, you're feeling confident with that, we move to, let's take some action, some messy action. Because it's one thing to read all the books, listen to all the podcasts, but if you are not executing, you're not changing your life. There's no transformation without the execution.
We like the word reset. We do these challenges where, like, we like the word reset because it feels like I already have some things in place, but I want to reset in a way that, like, feels like a little bit of an up level, or a little bit of a refresh, or a little bit of a reframe, whatever it might be, because we always got to pivot a little bit. Like, okay, that went well. Here are my strengths, focusing on those things. What's going well? Keep those things in place. But what needs a little bit of an upgrade, reset? And so we always fall back on the 4 categories of well-being: food, exercise, stress, and sleep. But we always like to add in fun and rejuvenation too, because you can do those things, but it can burn you out if you're always thinking of challenges and pushing yourself and trying new things. Like, we also need a day to just rest, rejuvenate, play, unplug, not think about pushing, more like reaping the benefits of all these health changes we're making, reaping the benefits of the business that you're building, or the friendships that you've had for years. Take some time to play together and have fun and let loose, and start to feel like I'm enjoying this life of mine. I'm not always having to, like, up level.
Yeah. And a lot of these challenges, I mean, you just did 75 hard. We're challenge girlies through and through. That's why we created our own. But what's different about ours is it's not about pushing. It's about moving towards something. It's about adding in. So when we talk about these 4 categories, it's, all right, let's add in some meditation, journaling for the stress. Let's add in some movement. Let's add in some real whole foods and some water, because we know that's what nourishes us. Let's add in maybe something before bed instead of scrolling, and put our phone to bed an hour early. So it's these very well thought out habits that are about what can we add in instead of restrict.
Yeah, you'll start to do things less that aren't great for you by adding in things that are great for you. It's like just shifting your focus. Like you said, our coach Catherine always talks about, okay, instead of moving away from this thing, it feels so negative. It feels like now I'm thinking about it because I have to keep moving away from it. Like, what am I going towards? And it just feels like it's this magnet pulling me towards how much better I can feel when I'm thinking about, okay, how much water have I drank? When was the last time I got outside? I know that feels really good. Moving towards those things that we know help elevate our mood, our energy, how long we live, our brain health, like all these things that make us feel on fire. Let's move towards those things.
Yeah. And so when you take messy action in all 4 of these categories, not only are you improving your mind, but also your body. Right? By the foods you eat, you're affecting your mental health and your body. Same with sleep, same with exercise, same with stress management. It has a dual effect. So that's why we're all about mind, body. And a big piece of this is moving. It's what are you moving towards, and changing your vibration through movement is one of the best things you can do. I love just the visualization of getting out of your head and into your body.
Yeah.
Whether it's a HIIT workout or strength training or yoga, how can you move that stress through you? Because if we're not focused on reducing cortisol, this stress hormone, you're not going to see any changes. It's really, really hard to lose weight. It's really, really hard to sleep. Your relationships are affected. And so think about, okay, yes, we know cortisol, it's a problem, but what if you had things in place to help? Patty Powers called it shock absorbers.
Oh.
Right? Like I know that I'm scheduling in movement every morning, and that's my non-negotiable. So what are your non-negotiables to help when these stressful events happen? Because they will, it's life. Help you bring it back down so it doesn't stay at this chronic level of fight or flight where you can't take a deep breath.
Yeah. I keep thinking like this is our bread and butter because there's no way around it. If you feel low, if you feel down, if you feel like you can't, right? The best thing to do is not stay stuck. It's to move. And it doesn't have to be walking outside, running a marathon, doing an hour of yoga, right? It can literally be moving from one room to the other, moving your hand to your phone to call someone to ask for help, moving your body some way into another frame of mind, another frame of your space of getting outside, fill in the blank, but you're moving away from this stuck feeling. And whether we're talking about something that we're struggling with, we don't stay there. We're talking about it with each other so we can move through it. And that's why we created Move, right? And just a huge piece of that is giving you different types of movement because we need different ideas based off of what we're going through. Brooke and I always say we're like the yin and the yang of movement. She likes the slower strength training, like yoga moves. And I like the let's go hard, let's push ourselves, let's get that heart rate up. Like that just lights me up, right? And so the biggest piece of it is that we create both constantly because we know we need both. I know I need more yoga, and I did a lot of yoga in September.
She's
October.
way more flexible.
I'm touching my
proud.
toes these days, okay?
Like these
All
are
right.
what these feel like, huh?
I know. One of our Move members actually called me out in the middle of a workout. She goes, oh, "You can touch your toes now."
Growing. It's
You know?
progress, baby. We love it.
It's the little wins that count, right?
It is. And it's that level too of having fun, joking around, right? We all need accountability when it comes to taking care of ourselves because we have a million distractions. As health coaches, we know accountability is, if not the most powerful tool. And to follow through, you also need to have fun.
Yeah.
And so if this is resonating with you, if you're ready for a reset, today, if you're listening to this when it came out, it's Jan 1. There's still time to join our January reset. It's closing tomorrow. We are starting the month off, the year off strong with our community. We would love to have you. All levels encouraged. We meet you wherever you're at. This is for everyone.
Yeah. And we talk about Move a lot because it's so powerful to think about being held with your mind and your body with two people that know the importance of having influences in your life that are not only telling you what's good for you and reminding you with research, but having fun while doing it. Like life is too short to not make fun of not being able to touch your toes, right? Like there's things I know that are good for me. It doesn't mean I'm always doing them. And same for you. Like some things just come more naturally and easy. But when it comes to these challenges, we know they're important because sometimes we just need to be reminded with a checklist of like, okay, I might not do this perfect, but I'm taking some action and I have a visual to help me follow through with it. So that's why we created it. It's important. That accountability, that check mark, it means something. Having variety of workouts you can do, it means something. Being able to do it live or on your own time, it means something. And having this group of people that are sharing their goals in the private Facebook group. They're uplifting each other. They're saying their intentions for the month. That's powerful to see what other people are doing in real time and it help them out by encouraging them or liking their post and then sharing yours with some vulnerability or just observing. Like the whole thing is so powerful. So we talk about it a lot because we're consistently filling the gap with the value Brooke is talking about.
And it's all foundational, fundamental habits that are going to allow you to reach that you 2.0. We're not talking about training for a marathon here, although you can if you want.
Oh, yep.
We're talking about ways to decrease stress that are simple habits, biohacking, really. How do we get the most bang for our buck here with our workouts, with our sleep habits, with our exercise and our nutrition? So I think it's funny to think the simpler, the better. And the most simple habits have the greatest return. And that's what we're here for.
Yeah, I feel like all of the messages, like whenever Brooke and I have these epiphanies, it's like the simplest thing.
You're telling me all I got to do is add an and. It doesn't have to be an or.
Right.
I got to think about moving towards things instead of away from.
Right.
You tell me I got to actually just like rest and put my phone down and not scroll social media. But just because it's simple doesn't mean it's easy.
Allow peace and ease into your life. Profound, but like what? Like all I have to do is allow it. Like it's here. It's accessible. It's available. Joy. It's accessible whenever you want it. You can choose to find it. And it's these sentences that are like, until it's the time to understand it, it doesn't quite arrive in the way. And then all of a sudden it packs a huge punch. It's just like, that's why I love growth so much. Just uncovering this new thing that's just going to set you free and make you feel like you can live this life that just feels more at peace, at ease, full of abundance, of fill in the blank.
And you can. If you're listening right now, you absolutely can. You fell on this podcast for a reason. You're listening to this because you want 2024 to be different. You don't want to arrive at the end of the year thinking, I'm so overwhelmed and stressed and I got nothing done that I wanted to. All the things I got done were just random things on my to-do list, but not actual deep, nourishing self-love and self-care. And so make the commitment right now that you're going to do something. You're going to go in the notes of this podcast, hit the link, join the reset. You're going to reach out to a friend. You're going to invite them. You are going to take some time and journal. Whatever it is, I want you to think about what do you need to do right now to commit.
Yes. And when you're saying that, I keep thinking of, instead of I can do this or I can't do this, it's I am doing this. I am is so powerful. So be careful what you put in after I am. You know, if it's a feeling you don't want, just say I am feeling negative thought. I am going to take care of myself this year. I am working out regularly. I am moving towards fill in the blank. Like this I am indicates like this is who I am, and I am doing what I know is going to set me on fire, set me up for success. Fill in the blank that makes you feel like, yes, I am.
Your identity is the strongest force of why you do what you do. So you are someone who works out regularly. You are someone who drinks water before coffee. You are someone who believes that you are worthy. What is that identity, and what do you want that identity to be this year? All right, let's give them some 3 gold stars.
Yes, we always give 3 gold stars, 3 little tips at the end of every episode. So if you feel like, where do I start? Or maybe we summarize a bit. And so our 3 are the 3 we talked about today. It's get ready, reset, and move. And whatever that means for you, we talked about a lot of different things, but the getting ready is it's reflecting. It's thinking about what you want. The reset is really thinking about these avenues of well-being and throwing in some play and rejuvenation, taking that messy action because you know you can. You really can, and you are. And then last is moving towards what you want, whether it's a Move membership, it's moving towards a feeling, it's moving towards the type of relationship you want, whatever it is. We really hope that you move towards that, building that self-efficacy, like I am worth this time and I am moving towards the thing that I know will make me feel the best.
I love it. It's not a I can or I can't. It's a I am. Watch me, baby. Oh, so powerful. Like you just feel that in your body.
Yes. You know what else is powerful is the season 4 that we have lined up for everyone. We are so excited to give you this variety pack of people. We have guests lined up through the end of summer already. Lots of guest episodes and all different tips for you, ideas, stories that are going to motivate and inspire you. But what I'm curious about is what are you most looking forward to, Brooke, with these guests we have lined up and what you're kind of hoping to learn?
I don't know.
I love the silence because you're really thinking hard.
I'm trying to go through all of the guests we have lined up in my head right now.
It's more about you, though. Like, what do you want to get out of it?
I am excited, if this isn't the most woo-woo-y thing I think I've ever said in my life, is to continue to rewire my brain.
Hint, hint on an episode coming up.
Hint, hint. And also, every episode that we have, whether it's me and you or a guest, there's some takeaway that's either something new I learned, but most of the time it's something I already knew, but it's just that added push to do the thing. Mm-hmm. Whether it's get yourself out there, get into speaking more, or these guests really show me what's possible, that it all starts with a story and it starts with serving and adding value. So the nuggets that I'm going to learn, the more push to do the things that are scary and to take the risks, and also the connections that I'm going to make. That was a very long-winded answer. But it's hard to put this in words. It is something so magical, that the power of a conversation, and that whatever is meant to come through to the listener on the other end is what does. There's something really powerful if you sit here, you tell your story, your struggle, your takeaways, and it has the power to transform someone on the other end of it. That by you taking care of you and using that in light of service is what changes the world. How about you?
I think I love having guests and hearing perspectives. I could do it all day long. I'd never get tired of it. I think what I'm hoping to learn from the guests or from this next season is the ability to step into that 2.0 and allow whatever comes of it without trying to control it or feel like it's too much, or can I, of just like allowing it like it is. We have opportunities left and right coming at us, which is so exciting. And I don't want to sabotage it. I want to just allow these opportunities to showcase what we do and who we are to be something exciting instead of being afraid of them.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it's going to be an awesome season. Thanks for being here for our transformation, hearing what we're going through in real time. We're excited to hear about your transformation. If you want to be a Move member, we're excited to have you. Please join now, especially this week. Get in there. If you're even thinking about it, give it a shot. See how good you can feel.
And we always leave every episode with what we call a piece of gold. We believe that quotes, words are gold. Like I said, they have the power to transform the world and our lives. So we leave our listeners with a quote every episode. And today's quote
is from us. Yes. So our quote, our piece of gold today is, let this year be your time to stop watching everyone else experience what you know was meant for you. This is Gold Ivy signing off.
Listen to your truth and go chase your gold. We want to thank you and encourage you to celebrate yourself for taking the time to learn and get inspired in your one beautiful life. And if this podcast means something to you, it would mean so much to us if you'd be willing to take 30 seconds to help support our mission to keep bringing you inspiring stories and guests.
First, following the podcast is important because it helps you never miss an episode. To do this, just go to the Ivy Unleashed podcast show page on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. And then just tap the plus sign in the upper right-hand corner or click on follow.
While you're there, if you'd be so kind to give us a 5-star rating and review and share your favorite episode with a friend, we'd be so grateful for your support.
We are thrilled you're here and are so happy that you're taking time to prioritize your wellness, self-discovery, and growth with us.